Okay, I think I'm back live again. It is not my technology day. I'm having internet troubles, and then because I think I was unplugging and plugging in my USB hub a bunch of times, it confused my mic and webcam a ton. So hopefully I'm visible now. Sorry if it's terrible. Also, yeah, my internet is just being weird, and whenever I start putting load on my internet, my lag keeps spiking up. It's not my Wi-Fi because I actually went straight to the my wired network and it was having the same trouble. So I think my I blame Vodafone is who I blame, or Vodafone cable. But yeah, it seems to have leveled out. We'll see if it gets laggy, but then I'll probably just stop streaming and I'm just gonna keep programming and talk to everyone in chat. But hopefully, thanks everyone for sticking around like an extra hour, I think, while I was trying to get at first I thought it was my access point, so I've had trouble with the wire to my access point before, and I ended up running a new one recently. Yeah, so yeah, I thought it was that, and then I realized it was the same one wired, so I rebooted my computer, rebooted the home network, waited for everything to come back up. Anyway, you're not here for my home tech problems, so thank you everyone for actually being here. Thanks for sticking around. Let me pull up the chat. Um, But yeah, on Friday we were able to get the. I've got my two dev board friends here. I've got dev board number one and dev board number two, and I got them talking wirelessly. We ran into a couple bugs in the initial ESB implementation, but I think Talis had some ideas of this. Apparently, the stop implementation was not super right, um, but has I think gone to fix it now. So I think we're going to test those changes out and hopefully have some success. And we'll see how far we get with that. I'll probably get that working. One of my other goals is to get some encryption stuff going too, because I actually want to immediately start using this. Um, Message some people. I actually want to start using this like immediately in my house. So I'm gonna try and start plugging some stuff in and see how far we get. So I'm plugging my two dev boards in. Talis, if you're around, hey, sorry for making you wait so long. Let's. Okay. Let's see office hours. Let's go to ESB here. What have I done? Okay, get checkout. ISP James. Whatever. Let's just put these all in case I need them again. Actually, let me. Let's see what Talis did. So stop whether we want to drop the grants or not. Okay. Got some inlines. Got some inlines. Got some clear ready events. got some stop. Stop always false? Note to Talus if you're watching, you never actually call stop with true, which seems like perhaps not what you want, but oh, here we go. Okay. In IRQ you call it directly. Interesting. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. Never mind. Disregard me. Let me just see if there's any hacks I want to bring back. I do want to bring that hack back. I don't need any of that other stuff. So now I'm going to go and make office hours ESB demos. Let's get my PTX up here. And I'm probably going to need some more terminals for debugging and stuff. So let's actually... that's not what I wanted. What do I want to do? I want you to be... No, that's super not what I want. Oh, well, I want another pane here so that I can panel this. Oh, well. Nope. Nope. This is me not knowing what I'm doing with tiling window managers. Okay, whatever. Let's... Now that I've got the new version of ESB, let's do a cargo build release. And I wonder if it's going to get confused at any of the things that I broke. PTX didn't, because I didn't change PTX. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's actually what I wanted. Wow. Well, I've accidentally gotten what I wanted. So let's move PTX over here. Okay. This one's going to complain because I changed the error thing, which means I need to go into PRX main. Okay, so then the other thing that I need is I need and you're going to be on port 5. And look, it's doing this again. I don't know why it does this again, but let's try this one. Cool. Now we've got 2 running. And one of these is going to be 2331, and one of them is going to be 2335. So let's do a cargo run release on my PRX board. cool. I don't know why one's all like always brings up GUI elements and the other one doesn't. It's weird to me, but let's get some more terminals going on here. That's cool. Okay, so we're talking now. So let's just let this run for a while and see if anything breaks. So if it doesn't, then I'm just going to try doing some stuff with it. So let's see, I'm moving my hand around and it makes the RSI do weird things. I got a little metal container with some stickers in it. Let's make sure we have paper down on the bottom. Pin sticking out, so if I put the... Well, it looks pretty solid to me. We're sending, what, 10 packets a second, and I've been doing this for maybe a minute now. So, hundreds of packets. I don't have any idea of what my success rate or my failure rate is, but it seems pretty solid to me. Let's see what happens if I stop your PRX. So if I stop PRX, and then I started it, it's back. And I think it did get some messages back because it does, the interrupts aren't stopped when you halt. I don't know how to, you probably can do that with a debugger, like stop all interrupts or something like that. But if I stop the PTX, both of them stop, which is good. And I start it, and there it goes. So yeah, that's nice and happy. After that, can you test ESP with the Fast RU feature? What is Fast RU? I've been told that there is a Fast RU feature. I want to know what this feature does. Oh, faster ramp up time. Sure, I can test that. That sounds pretty sweet. Let's do it for both of them. So what do I need? I need my ESP demos, Cargo Toml. ESP path. Features equals fast RU. So now my sender and my receiver are both fast RU. What are you not saved? Let's close without saving because I did a checkout. Fast RU, yes. And Cargo Toml, fast. So what are you? You are the PRX. Actually, let's start. I'm seeing some failures there. Which one's PTX? PTX. You're PTX. So next time I see a weird one, I will try and like I thought I saw some where it said like failure or something. But I'm not seeing them anymore. There's probably a more useful way than watching this, like, with my eyes blurring. Oh, oh, oh. Are you gonna let me scroll back? No. It was probably just like a failed CRC or something. It probably just got a bad bit while it was bouncing around. What I may do is I may end up just doing a Control R and not a Control N, so that it just draws me like one persistent graph, which would be nice. This is making my eyes hurt. I don't know how this looks on the stream, but to my eyes, it's a. Oh, are you? Oh no, it just got like really smooth in terms of like the RSSI is very consistent now. At some point, like the aliasing stopped and it. I guess it just synced up with my refresh rate or something. But no, it looks like it's actually going. Looks like it's going well. Like it looks like I got a couple bad packets in there, but it was one every 500 or something like that. Yeah, now it's oh no, it's coming out of phase. Oh no. Okay, well, I'm gonna call that very successful. I'm gonna call that working with the fast ramp up or not. See, look, it's doing it again. It looks perfect. It looks like it's not moving, but it actually totally is. But I think that's just because it's lined up like it's come in phase with my refresh rate. I guess this is like 10 times a second, and my monitor refresh rate's like 30 frames a second or 60 frames a second or something like that. So it just keeps falling in and out of phase with it. But no, it's beautiful. You can send all kinds of packets. Okay. Well, that's enough of that for now, I think. Yeah, Tallis, is there anything else you want me to test? Otherwise, I think we're super good to merge this with or without the fast ramp up. I'm guessing the fast ramp up you always want if you're an NRF 52. But I guess maybe that should be a runtime parameter. I guess would it ever be bad to have? I guess it'd be bad to fast ramp up if you were an NRF 52 and you were talking to an NRF 51 and you turned around and sent the message faster than the 51 could turn on. Like, do you think this should be a runtime parameter, or do you think that it's best controlled? Well, I think it's fine as a cargo feature for now. I think we've got other things. We're gonna make other breaking changes, so having it as a flag, maybe a default flag or something, would be good. I don't know. I'm open to your opinion there, Tallis. But I think this is super good to go from where it's at right now. So I'm gonna wait for you to catch up because you're probably behind me on the watching the stream. Do only logging errors can help? Yeah, that would actually probably be good if I let me go at least over to my PTX main and let me um all right, because this is still. I thought I'm in the NRF 52 one. I'm not in my main. I'm sending hello space. Payload that. Space. What if I just do that? Nope, that's even Even worse. I should not be messing around with it's where is it doing a new line? Is it shoving a new line in there somewhere? Slash n ack not received init right context resources serial. I don't know where that new line's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. I thought it would only do that if ack not received. I don't know where it's deciding to get a maybe. Oh, right line. Right. What was that? That was my PTX. I need a big old title. PRX. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna make one more change. Count TX let mut count RX usize equals 0. Did we receive any packet? Let's right. Sending hello. TX RX. There we go. Yeah, everyone in the chat seemed to have gotten it before I did. But yeah, that it was right line. But I think now I have sort of like a like my cursor's like glitching back and forth between this. But oh, if I move my hands around, can I induce errors? But this is actually kind of nice because it shows how many were sent and received. Oh, we got a little rowdy there. I mean, not bad. 20 on 40. Plus, literally, I am sitting in between this communication with my Bluetooth headphones that are probably sitting on the exact same, like, 2.4 channel. Like, I don't know which channel this uses by default. Um, but yeah. If you miss any acts, yeah, literally everyone is telling me that it was right line, but I'm pretty happy. It looks like we're getting like 20. Let's see, out of 400, we're losing like 20, so we're losing like 5%, maybe not even 5%, maybe much less than 5%. I can't do math. Yeah, maybe like somewhere between like 2 and 5%. But yeah, it's doing pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this. Don't come to me for pretty status UIs because I certainly am not that. And I'm also glad my face was not covering all of this because sometimes I put my terminals in there and I need to remember that like this is a dead area. But I'm actually pretty happy about this. Would be curious to see the error rate with the fast. Okay, well when I hit 2000, then I will stop and I will turn fast RU off. So James Waples is saying, I wonder what the error rate looks like with fast RU off. So I can do that. I'm going to wait just to let it soak to 2,000 packets. And I'm going to put my drink around one of the transmitters, waving my beverage around, hopefully not spilling any on my computer. Yeah, actually, I'm going to do this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the um well, I'll do the fast RU off next. The other thing that I want to do is crank it to more than 10 packets a second and do like 100 packets a second or something like that. At some point, my UART just won't be able to keep up with it anymore. And that's, oh, almost. Okay, 19. So we got 1974 out of 1988. And so we had 23 packets with error. And the RSI, you can see, was mostly between like 60 and 70. Actually, it's interesting because it seems like the RSI was normally around 60 or 70, but on the ones that it lost, it had been a bit lower. So I wonder if it's just like the board spun around or got a reflection or something like that. So let's I'm gonna dump this into a notepad somewhere. Schedule. Let's just paste this in here because this is interesting data. This is with fast RU. Well, I'll come back to that later. Okay, let's turn off fast RU. So we'll let this go. Maybe not to 2000 again, but yeah. If you increase the number of packets per second, you also need to consider the timing stuff. What timing stuff are you talking about, Talus? Because the turnaround time should be like microseconds, which means we can get like, I mean, even with a turnaround time of 50 microseconds, let's double that to 100 microseconds, which means we should be able to get something like 10,000 packets per second. So like I don't think I'll be able to take it above 1,000 packets per second. Actually, what I'm more worried about in terms of timing is the serial port. Like I don't think the serial port's going to be able to handle this. But the NRF the board that I have will do megabit per second on serial, but it gets glitchy. Like it starts dropping every like 100 bytes or something like that. See the config struct in librs. See the config struct in librs. Where is the config struct? Baud rate. Wait, are you talking about the baud rate in terms of config struct in librs? Or are you talking about ESB librs config. Oh, is there... Yeah, I mean, I can mess around with that, but I don't like. I'm not gonna go up to 10,000 or something like that. I was just planning on taking it up to like 1,000 or 100 instead of 10,000. Not this one, the one in the ESB crate. Yeah, okay. You caught up with me. All right, let's go back and see how we're doing. So actually, we're getting pretty close to 1,000. So it seems like our error rate is actually a little bit less on with FastRU turned off. This is a super unscientific sample size of 1. So I don't know how much, and just looking at it, we got another error. So it seems like it's slightly less. I don't know if it's necessarily much worse. Order of magnitude, it seems. Yeah, we had 20 on 2000. We're coming up. So let's go up to 10 times faster. Well, let's call that. And these are both 10 packet per second. Stop trying to save. So now I need to go to my PTX main, and there's like one timer that does, it's like 3250 or something. I'm PRX. If you increase the number of retransmit attempts, you can probably get that number close to 0. Yeah, that's true. I mean, Telus is also pointing out that we don't have retransmits turned on. I think that's actually a good thing, though, because it sees, like, we want to make sure that we're not masking any issues with, like, the code itself behind retries. Like, if there's any, like, consistent errors or anything like that. Yeah, so no retransmits is fine. Like, we're just doing like number of lost packets. We don't necessarily need like reliable comms here, but it's a good point that at some point I should switch over to enabling retries and stuff like that. So let's just take you down another digit. And my PRX can keep running because I didn't modify that. And we're just going to keep doing no fast ramp up. So let's go. So this is at 100 packets per second. Or excuse me. Yeah, about 100 packets per second. And let's go to like 3,000 because it's pretty quick. Okay, well, that's nice. We're scaling up, and it is without fast. Are you 100? Wait, did I say 1,000? No, yeah, 100 packets per second. And while I'm here, let's just see if I can get this up to 1,000 packets per second. Did I not hit save? PTX save. And Talis is typing to me, so he's going to tell me probably why this isn't 1,000, 2, 3, 4. So I think we're hitting like the max speed of the hardware or something. Because this isn't 1,000 packets per second. Because it's not going at 1,000 per second. So I wonder if it's yeah, we're hitting some kind of bottleneck. 1,000, 2, and we're getting like 200 packets per second. So I don't know what's up with that. Tell us if you have any ideas. Let me know. Without fast are you 1,000 PPS was more like 200 PPS. But what I'm gonna do is also then switch to fast are you. This I need to kill PRX2. Oh, I'm still at 1,000 packets per second, so this is going to be interesting. Actually, I bet you it is the serial port that's holding us back. Hold on a second. Let me ptx main config baud 1m and in main, and okay, I also need to control a quit 1 2 3 1 2 3. I don't know if that actually matters because it's a USB simulated terminal anyway, but and then we're also going to go down here in here and we're going to do if CTX mod, how do 128. Well, at 1,000, 2.4 equals 0. And I know modulus is slow, but LLVM is probably going to turn this into a masking operation anyway. Act not received. We're getting a violent number of acts not received. Oh, I hit a breakpoint. Interesting. Radio 163. PRX main 163. Are you gonna let me finish? Incoming queue full. Interesting. Oh, we managed to hit it so hard that the queue filled up on the receive side. That's interesting. Okay, that means we're actually not processing messages fast enough. Apparently this is a yeah. That's interesting. I wonder if I need a bigger queue. What if I give you both? U8192. that going to be 8K? Yeah, I have enough RAM for that. PTX main. Let's give both of my queues. Oh. Well, I hit a breakpoint again. Apparently this is too fast. Incoming queue full. Yep, we're hitting the queue. If you increase... Oh, right. PRX. You're right. I need to... Bod 1. I think that's what it was. Config bod 1M. Yeah. I don't even really need PRX to be sending anything, but... Oh. I'm not watching that right now, so let's actually go to PRX. Main... Let's just comment this out for right now, because I actually don't want the formatting. Which one is my... Oh! That was... interesting. But I'm not receiving any acts. Act not received. Okay, let me go back into PTX. Did I not actually save that? That may not have. I might have been overwhelming myself with X. Act not received. Which one are you? You're going to be this one. Okay, why are you... Okay, it's going so fast that it's... held back. And this is every... Is this still only printing every... Why are you just, like, vomiting? I wonder if my computer just can't keep up with it. So let's take PTX down to... PTX config. Let's take you down to 115,200. Well, it's going and not crashing, which is interesting. I'm not actually getting any of my payload hello back. RSSI, payload hello back. What happened? Why am I not getting my logging anymore? Is it one of those, there's actually two prints in that, I'm gonna look at chat. We're printing the response up there. Yeah. Where am I? I'm PTX main. This is probably gonna be weird and out of sync. Let's move you after this. And let's just do this. Where else do I write? On error. Okay, cool. Hello, yes, I can program. Two, three, four. Okay, so this is working, but let's do a little more aggressively. PTX main. I don't want 4096. Let's do like 512. Okay, so we're getting like a solid 1,000, 2. Yeah, we're getting close to 1,000 packets per second. Okay. What does chat have to say? They're probably... Oh, and tell you what, let's also... That was what the problem was with the Bod 1M. Yeah, you can see all kinds of glitches in there, but that's the joy of fast serial. But now we at least know our serial isn't slowing down our packet stuff too much, except for now we can never get a good reading on how many packets we received because it's so darn glitchy. Yeah, this is why I don't use the baud rate 1M very often. On this board that I have, like, it really isn't... It's reliable up to 115-200, but after that it just goes kind of... Well, I'm pretty... Let's see if we can get a good... Okay, I'm... Let's see, 115-200 would be 230... 400. Let's go a little faster, but not a lot faster. 230. 230. 400. There's variant bod. What did I type wrong? Or at least twice as fast. Okay, and we're seeing some errors here. So I am seeing errors every now and then. The other thing that I want to try is actually for both of these, change my op level, or not for you. I want to try this. And while this is compiling, I'm going to take a quick break, and I will be back here in a couple minutes. Okay, so I was talking to some people during the break, and we were trying to do the math whether we thought that 10,000 packets per second was going to be possible. And I don't think so because our messages are a little too large, and it's going to take probably 80 microseconds for the turnaround and like 160 to 200 microseconds for the message. So we'd be like really well, we'd be over because our budget's only 100 microseconds. So we only have room for like a couple bytes. Actually, real quick, I'm gonna open my window. Let me just so you don't see my crotch. Okay. But I rebuilt this with release mode, so I want to see if this affects the error rate at all. Yeah, we got a couple errors. Doesn't look like a huge difference. Maybe a little better, but hard to tell. I should really set up like a test here. And also I measured, these are almost exactly a meter apart. They're like 0.95 meters apart. So it's pretty ideal radio conditions, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're getting some errors. I bumped it and it freaked out. Oh, is it dead? Did I like hit the reset button or something? Oh, we hit a panic. Interesting. I wonder. I did actually touch it, so I wonder if I like glitched something. But um, I'm not gonna be able to see anything about my panic, am I? I still haven't figured out how to print the panic info. I wish I knew what my panic. Well, can I get a ESB radio interrupt? Well, in radio interrupt somewhere, I have gotten a panic. I wonder. Tell us if this looks like a. Yeah, I think I'm still running with debug asserts turned on. So yeah, this could have hit a debug assert in radio interrupt. Um, self equals optimized out. Yeah, so unfortunately I don't have. Um, hmm. Yeah, it's in interrupt, but it's not giving me a core panic macros too. Yeah, it's not a. I wonder if it was just because I touched it. Nope. Nope. Seems to be interesting. Okay, so how can I get more information? Yeah, I could get the what I could also do in the panic handler is okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to move you up here. We're going to add another Sublime window into there. Panic reset, get log. want you. Who was it that crashed actually? Was that PTX? PTX crashed. Interesting. Panic persist, and then I want tinyrf source main. Oh, do I not actually get my... 5767C. Init. Where do I have my serial port? I do have my serial port here. Let me put a breakpoint instead of in main. Oh. That's not where I want it. This is the wrong project. PTX. Did I put that in PRX? I put that in PRX. Did I put the whole thing in PRX? Yeah, I put the whole thing in PRX. Cool. PRX is ready to go now. In it where I have my serial port. Cannot use use Cortex M ASM BKPT. Ooh. Oh, right. PTX panic dump start. What up? You are in PTX. What if I cp memory.x up one level? Are you complaining because it's not at the workspace level? Huh, interesting. Panicked assertion failed ready event. Okay, so now we've got the this is the error. And it's probably complaining because this one wasn't running. That's interesting because it wasn't even... Okay, ready event. So let's just go look at ESB. But I don't know which ready event it is because it's getting it from the panic macro. Is there any other debug asserts? It was ramp up TX that we hit. Let's see if it's the... Oh, nope. It looks like both of them can happen. Although it looks like I'm also not getting axe received ever. What happens if I slow everything down? PTX. Main. PTX 312. Let's go fix PRX main. Well, it seems to be happy at... Okay, let's... Your PTX. So interestingly, opt level 3 gets real sad when you try and do stuff, which actually makes me worry a little bit that the atomic orderings are maybe not right. Um, because so if I go and look for um yeah, I think some of those orderings were wrong, Talis. We should look at that because I switched them all over to sequentially consistent, and we seem to be getting better results now in that it's not freaking out and failing panic. So I think there is something wrong with the acquire release compiler fences where it's reordering things not in the way that you expect them to be. So we should take a look at those. But for now, switching everything to sequentially consistent is not the best in terms of performance, but it's not necessarily terrible. Yeah, I can try and change it back. Let's up. I may have eaten my words. Yeah, something went weird. It lasted longer, but yeah, something's up. You're not in panic state. You think you're still working. So we failed to ramp up RX again. And I keep getting errors now. I mean, it looks like a lot of errors, but still, it's actually only one error for every like 5,000 packets. Well, like 500 packets. We're just sending a lot of them very quickly. Um, um, yeah, I wonder. Because now if I stop this and if I move you back to 312, I wonder if PRX is locked up and it just doesn't even realize it. No, yeah, PRX is messed up somehow. Yeah, but okay, let me go back and see if um ooh. Let me go back to yeah, okay. Maybe I was totally wrong in my my note about atomic orderings. But yeah, something's weird where we will still occasionally hit ramp up RX and ramp up TX. Like those asserts. Or like the ready event. And after a while it seems like PRX just locks up totally and doesn't even notice it because it doesn't panic. It just like sits in a forever state. So I don't know what's up with that. It seems to be doing okay. Oh. I'm going to do the thing that I did before and I'm going to wiggle the board and see if I can make it glitch. Nope, wiggling the board seems not to cause any problems. Talis, you got any thoughts? Let's go check chat. Let's see if chat has any thoughts. Nope, chat has no thoughts, but Talis does. Talis is typing. I want to be ridiculous here for a second. So this is good to know. This is it. Yeah, it could be that I was just debugging with fast RU actually 1,000 packets per second. With respect to PRX. Oh, that's true. It didn't seem to have problems at slower speeds, but it could have just been that like I wasn't in an interrupt context or something like that. I want to do something really silly before I go on, and then I'm gonna try re-enabling the. I'm gonna enable the retries, like Talis was asking. So this is 1,000 packets per second. If I wanted 5,000 packets per second, that'd be like 6. So let's try reflashing and rebooting. Well, that does not appear at 6. It is very upset. So apparently that is not enough time. 6 counts of 16 megahertz would be oh, 6 counts at 31,000. So divided by 6 would be, yeah, like 5 kilohertz, which appears to be too many kilohertz. Stop it. So okay, let's bisect this a bit. Some amount faster. 1,000. Yeah, it's maybe 2,000 packets a second. Okay. And let's try 8. Nope, 8 is too few. Oh, and there we go. See, this is the kind of case that I'm talking about. Because now PRX is dead, like Talus. So I've managed, like, I never stopped PRX. PRX was running the whole time. But yeah. So now if I Probably might be because the default retransmit delay is like 500 microseconds and it actually tries to retransmit once. Yeah, I guess it could just be like caught in the between, not in respect to PRX though. Yeah, I would expect it to just slow down because like if the radio's trying to retransmit and the well, I guess the host is only ever I hit a panic. Assertion failed, disabled event. Yeah, for all the debug macros, we should actually go in and not just assert debug macro. We should actually put like a comment in there because it means that I'd be able to see it here. But let's. Where do we assert disabled event? What was it? What did it say it was? It was a disabled event. Oh, it could be a couple of them. Okay, let me go ahead and See if I can wiggle the board into failure. This is one of those like spurious failures kind of things, but oh, did it just choke? I think it just choked. Yep. So where did it choke? It choked at 172. So it hit this assert and ramp up. Was it in the middle of yeah, it seemed like it was in the middle of act not received, so I think that means PRX is fried too. Okay. Panicked at 172. But yeah, I think this is one of those like it's interesting that they're both hitting it because like when this one dies, PTX freaks out. So I wonder if there's like something wrong with the I'm expecting to receive a packet and I receive nothing, or if the PRX is just like vomiting noise into the atmosphere and it's confusing the heck out of the PTX. Yeah, 172. What did I... 146. Interesting. Oh, PRX is dead. $155. And one more at 172. So 172 seems to be seems to hit when PRX stops responding. Try to print the other flags. User disabled in timer. Where do you want me to do that to see which one caused the interrupt? Where do you want me to do that, tell us? To see which one caused the other thing that I can do is can it format? I don't think debug assert can format, But what I was going to do is I was going to do you use Cortex M in here? Dependencies. Okay, what is my Cortex M dependency? Um, we're gonna get gross in here. What can I do? I can make a function called pub function not bug assert, which takes a flag bool and a if not flag Cortex ASM BKPT actually lib oh, you can format it into debug assert. How does that even work? Oh well, yeah, I'll find out in a second. But for now, I'll use this because this will give me a breakpoint too, which is nice. Because then I can walk back up the stack and I can figure out what's going on. Because I can make it GDB return immediately. There is a like GDB skip instruction. Let's just skip right over that. Branch long. I really actually just don't want it to panic. So let me just make it not do that. Okay, Talis, get ready. Once it crashes, I'm gonna walk back up the stack, and you let me know the things that you would like me to check. I'll check the events and stuff like that. Seems to happen around about 100,000 packets, which is not bad. We can run 100,000 packets without crashing. I wonder if it really is like my headphones get close or something, or I like Bluetooth channel hop or something over onto and now it's just gonna run forever, isn't it? Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. No, okay, it didn't die. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna full screen this. This is gonna be entertainment. Okay, I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so Talis, you probably noticed what I just did, but I'm actually thinking that sometimes you're clearing events that haven't been acknowledged yet, and so I made it so that we only clear events that are actually set. Because I was wondering if you were actually hitting events, and then between when you actually check the events the first time and you clear them, new ones come in and you lose those events. Um, and it seems like it is the case. Because now my PTX isn't crashing ever. It is causing PRX to freak out somehow, but but yeah, I don't know what's up with that. But PRX seems to be freaking out and stop receiving something. So at least in one hand, it seems like we need to be clearing. We need to be careful about clearing things asynchronously, and you can't even check it in the clear function. Like you need one function that like gets and clears, so that you don't lose events that come in. So it might make sense to have like a event struct or something where it's like get and clear and you return all the ones that were cleared, and be a little bit more careful about which ones we're clearing because now, um, yeah, now it seems more stable. I wonder if I start unwinding some of the things that I did. And this might be the difference between op level S and op level 3 is that we just were moving slow enough that um both events came in at the same time. Because if we're really like on the line in between events happening, yeah. Okay. Well, at least that seems like one of the issues. Okay, let me unwind most of my changes and let's see if I can't get you a PR for this because at least this seems to be a positive change. But I bet you there are other places where we're clearing all events. Well, let me. You know what? Let me. That's interesting. I managed to make it break. 146, which I'm guessing is because it really doesn't like it when it doesn't get messages act. Like if I just let it run, it'll panic. Like if it just gets no acts, but that might just be because it's retrying or something like that, and it's like falling back over itself because I'm giving it less than 500 microseconds to think about it. Because I'm at 12, which is what? Um, I'm only giving it 384 microseconds to turn around on all of this. So yeah, it could just be that it's like if I gave it slightly more than 500 microseconds. So um point or point 500 divided by 1,000. So if I gave it 16 instead of 12, okay, let's give it actually like 32. Yeah, Seems to do better, but it does still seem to just crash after a while when it's decided that it's had enough of no acts received. But if I increase that even more, does that go away? Yeah, it seems like if I give it enough time, but it seems like the state machine just doesn't handle when it's like waiting for a retry or something like that, and it's just toast. Um, so let me try changing one thing in ESB. Um, oh, it broke eventually. Struct events disabled bool. Ready bool. Timer bool. Mm. How do you check those? Do. What are you complaining about? I can't type apparently. This isn't what I wanted to do. I'm gonna have to wrap up here in a minute because I still have some stuff to do before I go to bed tonight. But let's see if I can't get this at least. I don't think this is going to fix anything because there's only really one place where you were calling clear event before. Oh, I'm going much slower now, aren't I? Yeah. It's interesting why PRX doesn't notice that it's panicked, so there's something that we need to be checking here. But okay. So let me clean this up. So I'll leave those because I don't think I really proved those changed anything. So that's fine. I think this just has my not debug assert, which again, wasn't very useful. And I think this is only ever used here, so this doesn't need to be pub. None of this needs to be pubbed. Oh, I need to also be taking all of this stuff. And I guess this was here before. No, it wasn't. Okay. Should probably just, well. Should probably just impl debug on that struct and yeah. Burp. Okay. Okay, so base repository state machine from James. And did I fork the... I didn't. Talis has asked me how much RAM I'm using. Alt shit. Well, I can go look. I've got 64K of RAM on 52832 AA. So I should have more than enough RAM, even if I'm using 16K for the BBQs and RTT uses 1K. So I'm pretty 832X XXAA package. You thinking that I'm blowing my stack or something, Talis? Okay, well, either way, I've pushed this. I will open up a pull request. Alt Shift 5. Add DUM 1001 examples. Still lots of debugging garb in here. Don't urge yet. Yeah, with 64K, definitely not. Yeah, I'm not using anything too crazy in terms of RAM usage here. Yeah, I opened up a PR. I don't actually think you're going to want to merge it ever because it's full of garbage and needs to be cleaned up, but it might be useful in case you're trying to replicate what I'm doing. I should hopefully have some time this week to work on this some more. To be honest, I don't know. I'd kind of merge it as is. We should have a big old, like, sometimes it crashes silently flag in the README, but, like, I think it's okay to merge this. We don't need to keep this going over multiple pull requests, or, like, we don't need to keep this in one giant pull request, so you do what you'd like, but I think maybe after merging this, we have this. It seems to be stable except for when I just thrash it aggressively. So I think just adding a note to the README that's like, hey, sometimes there's crashes. It may be reset sometimes if you go a while without answering. So, like, in the PRX, I'm probably going to have a timeout that says, like, if you haven't heard from the PTX in, like, 15 seconds, then reboot. Because that seems to wake it back up. So, you do what you like, but I'd probably vote this is super good enough to merge, and then we'll just try cleaning this up and further pull requests. Yeah, I still want to do some stuff on top of this, like encryption and things like that, but I've got a project and I'll probably be working on this tomorrow instead of Shockburst. I may bring the camera in here and just I've got to wire up a let me pull it up. I'm making a plant shelf for my house, and because I have very few plants in my living room, so the plan is to make like a shelf with like relay controlled lighting and stuff like that. So one of the things that I need to do tomorrow is I've got I've got like a wooden box. I've got some connectors here. I've got a 12-volt supply. I've ordered a 5-volt supply. I've got a relay board, and I've got spacers coming for this. And then I think I'm going to put a DWM, not a DWM, Nordic NRF 540 dongle in there to control the relays and talk wirelessly. But I don't want to put something with relay controls that controls 8 amps of power without some kind of encryption on there. So I do actually want to get this up and going and get at least basic AES, like pre-shared key, up and going for me. And I'd like to do that this week because I need to wire this up. So I'm probably going to do this wiring tomorrow. I just doodled this on my iPad to try and get a feel whether the layout would be reasonable. So I may actually just like I don't know, listen to some music and put the webcam on and put this up there, and if people want to chat, cool. Otherwise it's going to be a totally boring stream for everyone else while I'm just like running cables and doing stuff like that. But I need to get this done this week. So this is probably going to be my tomorrow, and then later um yeah, later I'm going to try and add encryption and stuff like that. But this is good enough for me. I'm going to start using it like this. And I'm just going to put timeouts on both sides where if they haven't heard from each other for 30 seconds, they're just going to reboot. And that's going to be good enough for now. And if they panic, cool. Yeah, I'll just make it a little robust against panics. And if it panics, then it'll just restart and ask for what the light should be. Okay, but I gotta run for the night. Thank you all very much for watching. I don't have any pending comments, so no one was asking me anything. But yeah, I hope everyone has a good rest of the evening or weekend if it's still daytime where you are, and I'll see you sometime this week. Thanks all for watching.